All right, here we go, folks. Tornado warning, and here's a track. That's an updated scan. But Trevor, you had your eye on that on the big screen before we went on. That there's a sign that the storm is tightening up and there could be a tornado. And here's your track right now. The medical district, and about 10 minutes downtown, basically right now. Raleigh, Bartlett, Millington, all in the path of this. And click, is that the skit you clicked on, or did you draw that?
Yeah,
chart?
that's a skit. Yeah.
Okay, so the tornado index is at a 4.7, and we've seen these fluctuate from time to time. But look, the bottom line is this. A tornado warning is now active, and you need to go to your safe spot and go now. If you're just joining us, we have had a historic night in the Mid-South. Several tornadoes have hit northeast Arkansas. Nursing home has collapsed. We have reports of injuries, fatalities. We don't know the scope of the devastation, but it was a historic tornado that has hit those areas. And now our threat here has finally made it to Shelby County. Here we are near midnight. We knew there would be a lull. We knew the threat wasn't going away. And now the storms have made it onto the Mississippi River and Shelby County. And we have a potential tornado situation, folks, and you've got to take it seriously. You wake up your friends and family if they are sleeping and they're deep sleepers. Give them a call now because this is a serious situation. Updated track for you that Trevor has got here. Mud Island here in about 5 minutes. Downtown in about 5 minutes. Fraser, 1205, Crosstown. Again, go to your safe spot now. If you're hearing me, call your town. Raleigh at 1210, Bartlett about 1212. So we'll have to watch out here at the TV station. Millington at 1216, Wolf Chase Mall area at 1217. Again, this is a tornado warning, and it was issued because of rotation that developed quickly. And we're still under a tornado watch. So we're not passing this threat off just because it's been a while since we've had a tornado warning. Now we're back into it, moving to the northeast at about 57 miles per hour. We're going to start hearing about more power outages. That's why we've been encouraging you all night long to download our app, ABC24. If you lose power, you can stay with us, and we'll help keep you safe as this storm now has made it into the Memphis metro area. Let's go back to regular reflectivity if we could. Yeah, so you see the storm here right now. There's downtown Memphis, and this storm is definitely rotating. This is a radar indicated tornado. Obviously, if any reports that we get of confirmation we'll bring to you quickly. But this is going to be affecting northern parts of Shelby County, just north of the Binghamton area. Fraser, you're in the path of this storm. Downtown Memphis, the northern leg of 240. Raleigh, we talked about you. No need to panic here, but you got to listen to us, and you need to pay attention, and you need to go to your safe spot so you can stay safe. Folks, we've had a historic night, not in Memphis yet, but in the Mid-South, of a massive tornado that hit Manette, Arkansas. And actually, now it's called the Quad State Tornado. It's going to go down in the record books, and we're not done yet with the threats. So again, it would be hard to see a tornado in here. It's likely going to be rain wrapped. Please don't go outside and try to find it. When it is okay to safely take a picture, if you see anything, you can text it. It's easy, 901-321-7520, 901-321-7520. Don't compromise your safety, but do send us a text if you have any damage reports, because it is very helpful to us to know and have confirmation so we can pass that along to our other viewers as well. And this storm is moving northeast. Trevor, what's the speed on this?
Let's see.
It's 45 northeast at 45 miles per hour.
Okay, so it's moving northeast at 45 miles per hour, Danielle says. And, this is somewhat of a different track than other storms tonight, but that is going to be going up into Tipton County. And look, the sirens are probably going off all over Shelby County. But I want to tell you who's not in the warning. This is still a flawed system that is in place. Look, If you're in Collierville, you're not under a tornado warning. If you're in Germantown, you're not under a tornado warning. If you're in Whitehaven, you're not under a tornado warning. Memphis International Airport, not under a tornado warning. And really, to be honest with you, Orange Mound is probably just outside of this tornado warning as well. So there are areas that are under the warning and there are areas that are not. And this is important to point out. This is still part of the flawed system that, look, they're working on it. It's not perfect. It's very confusing. I know if you're in Olive Branch or Collierville, you're freaking out right now because you're hearing the sirens, but you are not under a tornado warning. The areas that are include Millington. Bartlett is close enough. Downtown Memphis, even stretching back as far as the westward extent Marion. Trevor, if you could back it out just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So we could see that southern Tipton County is also in this tornado warning. And this is a radar indicated tornado. These things can spin up quick. We've been talking about this for hours. The line getting closer to Shelby County and metropolitan Memphis. And now we're seeing what we thought could happen. So here's the latest track. And again, it's very important because sirens are going off everywhere. If I call out your town, you're under a tornado warning. Fraser, here in about 5 minutes, 12:05. Millington at 12:18. Munford at 12:30. Atoka, love our fans of Atoka, by the way. 12:31. Galloway at 12:36. Gilt Edge, 12:37. Brighton at 12:37. So you do have a little bit of lead time for some of our towns that are outside of Shelby County. But you need to take action now. If you're in Fraser, go to your safe spot immediately. Away from windows, cover your head, try to get in the middle of your home, away from windows. That's what creates injuries is, flying debris. And if you're inside, the centermost point of your home or apartment complex, if you're on, say, the second or third floor, try to go downstairs. If you have to go down the stairwell, do that. You don't want to get stuck on an elevator for sure. But you also don't want to be up high. So if you're in one of these high-rise apartments, go as low as you can and get low. That's how you stay safe. So that's information you need to know. But look, here's the thing. Sirens are going off in eastern Shelby County. I know you're waking up and hearing them and probably freaking out, but it's not for all of Shelby County. It's for these areas here, Fraser, Millington, up to Munford, Gilt Edge, Atoka, Covington, downtown Memphis, even a piece of that in Arkansas, East Arkansas, in Crittenden County. So a lot of people waking up to sirens, but we did want to try to bring you this message that not everybody's under the warning, but those that are do need to take action immediately. Trevor, what do we have over there? Are you seeing anything on chat at the moment? Danielle, what do you have?
I don't have anything on chat right now. Chat is pretty quiet. A lot of people on Facebook are asking if we have seen a tornado. A tornado has not been spotted. I want to make sure that that is very clear, that a tornado has not been spotted, but this is a severe thunderstorm that has rotation in it. That does not mean that a tornado has been spotted, so just keep that in mind. And there's high winds right now. We reported earlier that there are multiple power outages, so keep that in mind as well. Right now, that is a severe thunderstorm warning continuing for Crittenden, Lee, and St. Francis, Arkansas.
Okay, so pretty much they just extended this. Oh, no, that's a new warning. I see what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. So
a new severe thunderstorm warning.
Severe thunderstorm
and it's thundering here at the station.
Yeah, just heard the first clap of thunder of the evening. But what's going on here is the Weather Service is focused on one area of circulation. As Danielle said, radar indicated tornado, not confirmed yet. But let me tell you something, folks. It has been a volatile night in Arkansas, and now these storms have pushed into the Memphis metro area, and power outages are going to go up. And even if you're not under the tornado warning, you could still lose power. That's why we've been saying all week long to keep your devices charged. And I hope you have, because we will be on the air and streaming if you lose power. If you have mobile data on your phone, you can watch us and download the app ABC24. You can watch us through that. our website, abc24.com, numerous ways to get us if you lose power, so that can't be stressed enough. Not reason to panic and freak out, but reason to take action for sure if you're in this tornado warning. It has been quite the day in Arkansas and other portions of northwest Tennessee and Missouri, but just now are the storms moving and rolling into Metro Memphis, and we don't know if they're doing damage yet, but we'll know shortly. Certainly there is some rotation in there. There was a reason that warning was issued. As a matter of fact, we were looking at it on the big screen and talking about it, and just moments later, boom, the warning came out. Tipton County, you're also under the warning. It is not just Shelby County, and again, it's not all of Shelby County. Sirens are going off everywhere, but it's still a flawed system. Germantown, you're not under a tornado warning. Collierville, you are not under a tornado warning. Olive Branch, you are not under a tornado warning. South Haven, you are not under a tornado warning, even though the sirens are going off. I know it's confusing and it's scary, but we're trying to clear the noise up for you and let you know exactly what's going on. What is the shear rate in their show, guys?
Let's see. We don't have a skit on that right now, but if we go back a little bit, let's see. Let's see if we can get over to that. So, yeah, what I was just looking at, that little area down, it's actually right outside of the tornado warning, down in South Memphis, Orange Mound area. It's showing some signs that might be trying to spin down there a little bit. And I was going to say the original area of rotation that kind of popped up on top of West Memphis, it's gone a little bit. But there's this new area that we're trying to watch here. And if you see, there's some very strong wind in here.
Yep.
That's going to be in Midtown in the next little bit. In fact, John, I'm going to put a track on just that. Because that is an area we're also going to have to watch. We'll just track this whole thing.
Here's a better look for you, Trevor. A severe thunderstorm producing a tornado was located over Memphis, or 8 miles east of Fuller State Park, moving northeast.
And there's the new tornado warning.
Brand new tornado warning.
So just
folks.
what we were talking about, that
that
new area. So now Germantown is in the tornado warning. And John,
yes,
take a look at that.
All right. So here's what's going on. A new tornado warning has been issued by the National Weather Service. Here's the Cooper Young area. Here's Binghamton. I mean, this is the heart of the city, folks. Poplar Island, heart of the city of Memphis, now under a tornado warning. Germantown, now you are. This is a developing situation. The Shelby Farms area under a tornado warning, and this red color that you're seeing here is where a possible tornado is, near Cooper Young, near the Cooper Young area. Here's Oakville here, Hollywood, North Memphis right here. But this is going right through the heart of the city right now, and this is a rapidly developing situation. And it's a situation where you need to take action. By taking action, I mean getting into the safest spot of your home, inside the middle of the home, apartment, away
We've
from windows.
We've got those safety tips. If you want to take that,
up.
that's
let's
over on the other computer.
You're on links too.
Yeah, let's take that. Here we go. So, no need to freak out, but you do need to do these things that we're telling you. Go to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. So, I mean, look, people are still working at this hour. Whatever structure you're in, go to the lowest point. Go to the center point, away from windows. Make sure you've got your shoes on. Cover your head. Most tornado injuries involve head injuries, and most of the serious, deaths occur from head injuries. So if you can cover your head, you're going to be safe. Avoid windows. Stay away from windows. And obviously, mobile homes are not the place to be. Although at this point in time, I got to tell you, I mean, this one popped up so quick. Earlier tonight, we had enough lead time to give people a heads up to get out of trailer parks. But right now, I wouldn't advise anybody in the warning to leave your structure. Now is the time to go to your safety spot as we speak.
John, take a look at this. This is not looking good at all. This is right over Poplar Avenue. This thing is really trying to tighten up. This is at like Poplar, at kind of near the viaduct once you get off Union.
Is. Yep, Chickasaw
Pretty
Gardens.
close to Oak Court Mall. And that is going to be up in Berkeley, Nutbush area in the next couple of minutes. So if you are in the loop right now, you've got to be in your tornado safe place. This is going to be, John, honestly, not too far away from us at the TV station, coming up to Bartlett. I'm going to put a fresh track on this. We don't have a skit on it, so I'm just going to have to manually draw this out.
Yeah,
but
no doubt about it, though. You're right. I mean, it's a serious rotation going on right now.
So that's going to put that near Shelby Farms at 12:17. So not much time at all. You've got to be in your tornado safe place in Memphis right now.
And stay there. Bartlett, we're talking about like 10 minutes. And 12:22, Wolf Chase area. Lakeland at 12:27. Arlington at 12:35. If you hear your town called out, you need to be in your safe spot now. Galloway at 12:39, Oakland at 12:42, Braden at 12:45, Mason at 12:49, and Somerville, you've got some lead time at 12:54. But a possible tornado, radar indicated, we don't have confirmation yet, but we've got a pretty good signature on the radar.
Pretty close to the U of M, too.
Right near the U of M area, Poplar Highland area, the heart of the city of Memphis. I call it Poplar and Highland, right there in the center of the loop. And that's where we're talking right now. Berkeley and Trevor, as you mentioned, I mean, it could be getting close to our television station here in the next few minutes as well. But clearly, rotating thunderstorm is a tornado on the ground. We don't know that, but we have to assume there is one. And so you have, look, you need to go to your safe spot and stay there, remain there until we tell you that it is okay to come out. And make sure that you have our app, ABC24, and our website is abc24.com. If you lose power, you can stream us because we're not going anywhere as long as this warning is, active. Here's I-40, Summer Avenue. Again, here's Bartlett, Wolf Chase right here. Germantown down here, so it looks like the worst of this may stay north of Germantown and Collierville, but it is moving through a highly populated area right now near the University of Memphis. And moving northeast rapidly as we have street level mapping here on, this is what you're looking at, and the red indicates the highest area of rotation. And that is, again, Graham and Sam Cooper. And this is right inside the 240 loop right now. Obviously, horrible conditions to be traveling in. By the way, Booth, if you see anything on any of our T-Dot cameras, feel free to, if you see anything weird, feel free to pop it up. But this,
let's see if we can get that flyover camera pulled up. That'll be a good one to have.
That would be a great visual to take a look at. Yeah, sure is. Whenever you can get it.
You know what, John? I might actually have that loaded in over here.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do that.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. We've got...
They're saying radar circulation near Sam Cooper and just inside 240.
Yep. I mean, so this is I-40 in Jackson.
Okay.
That's the closest one we've got loaded in, but a scary scene for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is scary.
A lot of cars on the road right now.
Right, Danielle. That's what I was just thinking. Too many cars out there right now, and I mean, people have known this is coming, and this is not shocking that the camera's going to freeze. I mean, when the winds pick up, this is what anybody in this building right now, too, I want you to think about where you're going to go.
Yeah, think about that back bathroom back near Sales.
That is a good place to go if you're in this building. And guys, ourselves, we need to think about if we're going to move at some point.
Yeah, let's get back on the radar since this is
go back to the
such
radar.
a close call for. I mean, this is. I would say, really, guys, anybody in the building right now, go back to those back bathrooms near the sales office and stay there.
I would agree with that. Let's take action here in the building.
Yep, 7 miles southwest of Bartlett, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour.
And I will say, luckily, this does not have a confirmed tornado with it. What we'd be looking for on this is that debris signature. We don't have that right now, but it's still a good sign of rotation, again, right at the flyover.
It is.
And I was going to try to help Ish out and see if I could get that camera pulled up. But, I mean, it is a close call right now in East Memphis.
Guys, we'll stay on the air, but, we need to be ready to move, too. We're in this studio bunch of lights. So let's get ready to take action if we have to. We'll stay on the air, obviously, but if you see us get out of the studio, we're getting out for a reason, but we're not leaving. We're just going to a place of safety. And believe me, we'll be here with you, but we're going to obviously, move if we have to also.
So there's 240 and Sam Cooper right now.
Okay, here's 240 and Sam Cooper. And it should be noted again, what Trevor said, we don't have a confirmed tornado. This is a radar indicated, but I'm telling you folks, this is one not to mess around with. We've had history of damage tonight. Massive tornado hit Manette, Arkansas, flattened a nursing home, and so there has been a history of damage, injuries, and fatalities. This is not a system to mess around with. We've been talking about this for days. It hit 80 earlier. And I'm like you, Danielle, that's a lot of traffic out there.
That is. I mean, that is a lot of traffic outside. And we just had these conversations earlier this evening around 5 about what to do when you're in the car. And driving through a tornado warning was not one of the safety tips that we gave.
No.
Yeah, if you know anybody on the road right now, you've got to give them a call and tell them to
Let's go
pull
back
over.
to that live radar.
Yeah.
An update from chat, radar circulation basically along I-40 and just outside of Northeast 240.
This is like I-40 and Sam Cooper are I-40 and Sycamore View, which is where we are.
Yeah.
And John, I'll kind of draw on this a little bit.
At least I'm seeing a little bit of gray in there.
Yeah. But that's that area of rotation where there's kind of a little bit of spin. I drew my arrows the wrong way. Let's see,
Someone
let's clear that out.
It's late.
on Facebook is asking for us to track the storm. They're near the Bartlett area.
Yeah, this is right now in the southern part of Bartlett. This is out near Sycamore View, the Cracker Barrel,
Where we
Shoney's,
are.
Old Shoney. I mean, literally, these are the roads we take to work. That's how we know where they are. But yeah, we'll put a new storm track on that. This is going to be affecting the southern side of Bartlett. And again, this is moving off at about 45, 50 miles an hour. So next in line would be, if this is going to follow up I-40, would be Wolf Chase.
Exactly.
Yes,
I mean, it's making a
exactly.
beeline toward Wolf Chase, and that's going to be in about 6 minutes. Arlington, 1233. So we're talking about northeast Shelby County now, really where we're focusing in on, and then it's going to be spreading north up into Tipton County, unless they. Is that tornado warning just for Shelby?
They
Okay,
trimmed
so
that back, so now it's just for Shelby. Basically, the
Okay.
only municipality not included is Collierville right now.
Okay, all right. Thank you for clearing that up. So they did change that around a bit. Let's go back to regular radar, regular reflectivity. Again, this is probably, if there is a tornado in here, it's going to be rain wrapped and it's going to be hard to see. So please don't go looking for it. I don't see anything that just stands out and that, like a sore thumb here. Guys, jump in. I don't see anything right now that is definitive.
And no debris, which is the best news. If there was a tornado, we saw this earlier in Arkansas, we'd have a signature here where we could basically see things being lofted up in the air by the tornado. We're not seeing that right now, and that basically tells us while it's a very strong signature, there's no damage as of yet.
Yeah, and look, this is, I'm sure you're like, what are all these colors? What are y'all even talking about? We earlier tonight with our debris detector, if we saw like a yellow ball inside this red or some kind of different color, we'd be worried. This is something we've got an eye on right here, but there's not. This has been a great tool. The reason we've got this map up right now, it's been a great tool for us to identify where tornadoes are because it literally the radar picks up the debris, whatever's flying through the air, whether it be a tree or even a car in northeast Arkansas earlier. This is a pretty good map to use. And I hear a little bit of shaking on top of the roof right now. But nothing too crazy. So I can tell you, Trevor and Danielle and I and Ish and whoever's left in the building, we're pretty much in the path of
We
this.
are right here. That is where we're at, that little circle.
We're right there. We're basically in the middle of the tornado warning. And so far, nothing crazy's happened.
And it's looking a little better in terms of it's not as, I'm going to actually rewind this back a little bit. When we had it over at like Poplar and Highland,
Yep.
it was a very tight signature there. But now that we advance it up a little bit, it doesn't look as close together. Like you said, there's some gray in there, which shows the winds are not as strong. And that's great news. Obviously, we don't want a tornado. We don't want a tornado anywhere, but we definitely don't want it inside the 240 loop of Memphis.
Right. Such a highly populated area.
Yeah.
And as Danielle mentioned, all that traffic out there, that's, I'm surprised, to be honest with you, at 12:15
It's
at night.
12:15 at
under a
night.
tornado watch, all that traffic on I-240. But, hey.
Pull this back out, and we actually, it looks like we might have lost that Sam Cooper camera, so possibly some power outages. Sometimes we just lose the signal, though. Something to keep an eye on.
Right. You got the flyover?
We got the flyover, okay.
Take it. Yeah, I mean, steady stream of traffic still
that's
flowing
wild
through.
to me.
It's wild to me, too. I mean, some people have to travel, but just your ordinary citizen out on a Friday night, you didn't pick a good night to do that. But it is going smoothly. I mean, people are going slow at least. And just to reiterate, you're waking up to sirens. We have no confirmation of a tornado yet. This is radar indicated. One has not been spotted or sighted yet. This tornado warning, click on it if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because I want to show the time. It's still, it still goes till 12:45, and things have been developing rapidly tonight and quickly. And sometimes these things will settle down, and it looks like, oh, it's getting better, but then it gets worse. We're still in a. Okay, let's pop that up. All right, let's pop up the power. Look at this, folks. I mean, power outages are quickly ramping up.
More than 16,000.
And you're not going to get power back tonight. Whoever loses it, crews aren't getting out. It's not going to be safe. So you're looking at 18,000 customers without power, perhaps 50,000 people now in the city of Memphis without power and growing.
And John, I'll tell you something that's interesting. Where we were tracking earlier, that highest rotation, Poplar and Highland, and that's where the most power is
Yep.
right now. So
You're exactly right.
Interesting to see. Could that have been a brief tornado that spun up in Midtown in East Memphis earlier?
You're absolutely right.
We'll have to watch it.
You're absolutely right. That all those power outages were centered where that rotation was that we're watching. You're exactly right. And so it will be interesting to see. And look, folks, we're here because there is a significant threat of severe weather, and it's not over. We're under a tornado watch until 5 o'clock in the morning. Could it be canceled early? Could we be removed early? Yes. I am happy to report at least that nothing in the studio shook because I seriously was waiting for that and ready. We were ready to take action here in the building. But it looks like that circulation has passed. I don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah, Gary just said that circulation's still showing up about 1,500 feet above ground near I-40 and 64.
Okay, yeah.
So that's not going to be right about there.
Yep.
They lost power at their office as well.
Okay. So these power outages will continue.
There's a little bit of a hail tracker, not much, right around the same area where that storm was tightening up, Trevor.
Yeah, it could be a little hail out there too.
I think so. And guys, another one of the tools that we were using earlier tonight to see if there's a tornado or not is shear path. That's something that helped earlier. And Trevor, you're right. I mean, briefly there could have been one. We don't know yet. We'll find out for sure. But there's a concentrated area of power outages near the Binghamton area, north of Memphis International Airport, that Chickasaw Gardens, Poplar Highland area. I mean, I call it the heart of the city because if you take the 240 loop and put your finger in the center of it, that's about where it will land every time, and near the University of Memphis. So those are the areas with the highly concentrated power outages, and our rotation tracker, this is the history, it lines up with those power outages, Trevor. So you're right. Maybe let's go back to real-time data, whether it be reflectivity or velocity, because we're not out of the woods yet. Still an active tornado warning for northern Shelby County until 12:45. It includes Bartlett. It includes Arlington and Millington. It does not include Carterville. It does include Germantown, although maybe the tightest circulation now is north of Germantown. That's the way it looks anyway. And I should repeat, we have no confirmed tornado. This is a radar indicated tornado. I'm not saying we shouldn't take it seriously, but that takes it to the next level when you hear that it is confirmed. And we had that earlier tonight in Arkansas. Confirmed dangerous long track tornadoes on the ground, history making tornadoes on the ground. You're going to be hearing a lot about that tomorrow. Unfortunately, injuries and fatalities, but right here, this is a little bit different situation. This would be a smaller tornado, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are we hearing a little hail out there?
I think it is. I think you're right.
That might be that little pink hail core.
Yeah, y'all are exactly right. That's what it is. It's that hail core. Excellent analysis, no doubt about it. A little bit of hail here.
I'm gonna try to step outside.
Step outside if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And I want to know what the winds are doing outside this television station right now, because we're right in the path. And yeah, hail is hitting the roof. Right now, I can hear it. Trevor's running outside to see what's going on. We're gonna have some eyes in the sky.
Yeah. Here's another look at your shear rate, John.
All right, Danielle. There are a couple of areas right now. There is one near Arlington and Lakeland, and there's one right over the television station.
Yes.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Trevor. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'm actually in the back of the television station. We've got pea-sized hail, easily wind gusts right now, 50 pushing 60 miles an hour. So that's the sound we are hearing. Is it's smaller hail, but it's just being driven down by the wind. And even that small hail can put some dings in the car. So that's something to look out for.
All right, so hey, look, Trevor ran outside just to see what was going on. Pea-sized
Don't do
hail.
that, by the way.
Yeah, don't do that. Trained meteorologists and storm spotters, let them do it. But yeah, that's right over the station. And pea-sized hail. And you said winds,
Easily
50?
50, easily 50. I tried to open, we have a little foyer, I guess you could call it. I tried to open the outside door.
Yeah,
It
I
just
got
wasn't
you.
going to happen. So I stayed well behind the glass. But yeah, you can hear the hail right now in northeast Memphis hitting our windows.
Yeah, so we've been in the path of it right here at the television station. And northeast Shelby County, still a good bit of rotation that we're picking up in between Lakeland and Arlington. So what we're saying is, look, stay in your safe spot right now. It's going to be okay, but stay there. It's the threat is not over yet. Let's wait it out, and we have no confirmation of a tornado yet. But hang tight until we give you the all clear. It is going to be okay, but you got to stay. At least for now. And Trevor, I mean, you just have to watch these little circulations. Sometimes they can tighten up quickly.
There's several small little areas. There's this one out here near Eads, just to the east of Lakeland. You know, that's kind of interesting to watch over Inglewood Place. That's nothing alarming right now. It's not something that would lead us to believe there's a tornado with that, but just those small things that can twist up, you know, relatively quickly as these storms come through.
No doubt about it. And look, a weak tornado doesn't matter. It's strong. It's 70-mile-an-hour winds, 80-mile-an-hour wind. You have zeros, they're going to do damage, and they can be a danger to life and property. Technically, Germantown, you are still under the tornado warning. Carterville, you are not. But the most highest circulation does appear to be north of Germantown right now and moving toward Lakeland and Arlington, Galloway, and headed, even though you're not in a tornado warning right now, Braden and Mason. Go ahead, Trevor.
Hey, they're going to let that tornado warning go. There it goes. So tornado warning
they
canceled
expired
now
it.
for Shelby County.
Love it. Love it. So, hey, listen, if you're watching us, tornado warning has been canceled. It is okay now to move out of your safe spot. I would remain weather aware. Look, this event is not over. We told you it would run deep into the night, and here it is. Finally, the storm system has made it to Shelby County, and this may be the worst of it for us. There could be another line that comes through in a few hours, but perhaps this could be the worst of it right now. And thank goodness that tornado warning was allowed to expire. But, you know, we don't know yet, but there could have been a brief touchdown. No confirmation of that. This is strictly just going by radar. But we do know now thousands are without power in the city of Memphis and Shelby County, and that number likely growing. We already had 8,000 customers without power before the first storm ever moved in.
Now it's over 16.
What are we at now?
Over 16,000.
Over 16,000 customers without power, meaning, I mean, you can easily double that as far as people goes. So that's a lot of people without power, and they're not going to be getting it back on tonight. Not most of people without power, because look, there's another line back in Arkansas, and MLGW is not going to send their crews out until it's safe. They're not going to put their people in harm's way. So just know that. But first thing in the morning, they'll be at it. Look, Gail, MLGW, she said they are fully staffed, ready to go. They're going to go on 18-hour shifts if they have to with power out. So they will be working as hard as possible to get it back on as quick as possible. But just understand that they can't put their crew in harm's way right now, because it's not worth it. I wouldn't do it either to my crew. So the good news is tornado warning has expired. And dare I say it, the severe thunderstorm warning. Let me confirm that, but it's not flashing anymore. So did they allow the thunderstorm warning to expire?
It looks like they're going to let that one go. And honestly, we've got this one back here. That's our only active warning in the area. That's going to go for St. Francis, Lee, and Crittenden County. But even that storm is starting to exit the box a little bit. So that might be canceled early, or I mean, these storms are still packing a punch. There might not be a severe thunderstorm warning, but we've still got hail out there. And as we say that, here's a brand new warning. That's going to go for Fayette, Tipton, Crittenden, Hardeman, Haywood, and Shelby counties until 1 a.m. So a whole new big warning that's just about to come out. And there you see it. And the reason it's so big, it goes out so far, literally all the way up to Haywood County, is because these storms are, number one, moving pretty quickly. And it's a pretty surefire bet that they're going to produce some hail and wind as they continue to move to the northeast. So we've got this whole line of storms now, basically from Brownsville through Memphis and South Haven, Horn Lake, about to get some very heavy rain. Back to Mariana, this entire line of storms is producing damaging winds, heavy rain, and hail, but not tornadoes, at least right now.
Yeah, not right now, exactly. But it does show that just because a warning expired, they were trying to make a decision is what they were doing, and I think rightly so, kept at least something going, because I don't know what these winds are, but Trevor a moment ago tried to get out our door. The winds were so high, couldn't even push the door open. We heard the pea-sized hail here, and then Trevor saw it as he attempted to go outside. People that are left in this building, I feel a lot better now than I did 10 minutes ago. It appears that for now the tornado threat has gone down. So if you're in the building, things are better, and you can feel safer now. And really, look, Shelby Forest area is good now. It's just rain, but we're talking about wind and hail. Now moving into the southeastern part of Shelby County, where the tornado sirens were going off earlier, but where there was no technical tornado warning. I know it's confusing, because even if a tiny piece of Shelby County is put under a tornado warning, the sirens are going to go off for the entire county. It's a flawed system. everybody's working on it, but we're not there yet. And so I just wanted to explain that. Regardless, heavy rain continuing, gusty winds. This is going to continue to slowly edge east, although the individual cells are moving from southwest to northeast. The line is slowly edging east. So our threat for severe weather is not over yet in Memphis and Shelby County, or Crittenden County for that matter. And look, a lot of us are still under a tornado watch until 5 o'clock in the morning. So the threats aren't done and over just yet. Trevor, can we back this out? I'm just curious to see what's going on behind it. And
I'll just switch to the national radar, as a matter of fact.
yeah, let's do that.
Just zoom you way out.
Okay. Now,
there's a report in NWS chat that a rescue squad in Brownsville is reporting a tornado on the ground, I-40 exit 28 near Arlington in Shelby County.
Okay, well, let's put a pause on that really quick.
Okay, yeah.
So that's going to be pretty close to the line, if memory serves me correctly.
It is. You're right.
And I'm going to be honest with you, John. I'm not seeing a whole lot right there, but we can't just pass that away.
No, absolutely
Yeah, not from a rescue squad there.
Yeah, we might not be seeing it right now, but these things have been happening so quickly tonight that, you know, one scan may have missed it. On the next scan, it could be there. And that's, my goodness. Danielle, read that report again.
Rescue squad in Brownsville is reporting a tornado on the ground, I-40 exit 28 near Arlington in Shelby County.
Okay, so that's going to be a little closer back this way. Danielle, what time was that? Is that just now?
12:32, 2 minutes ago.
So that, there was a little rotation right there.
Yeah.
So there's this little area in Fayette County that would probably be responsible for that if that holds true.
And there's other circulations in here. I mean, look, there could be several tornadoes that come down and spin up. We're moving now more into this spin up type tornado situation, but you just heard Danielle's report. I mean, that's serious, folks.
There is now an aerial flood advisory for Shelby County until 3:45 a.m.
Yeah, I was going to say, the way it's coming down right now, these roads are going to be flooded, at least in those areas that commonly flood.
Speaking of, Chelsea just tweeted a video. I don't know if we can pull that up. She was in her car. She's got lots of rain, hail hitting her car. That's how you know it's bad outside.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What a night it's been. Now we're into Saturday morning. Folks, if you're not familiar with what has gone on, because the weather's moving into Shelby County right now, we've had a historic tornado outbreak in Arkansas, and injuries, fatalities, nursing home collapsed in Monette, Arkansas, a fire station collapsed in Samsburg, if I'm getting that city correctly, and at times people were trapped. In fact, 2 nursing homes were hit by a tornado, one in Truman, but no injuries with that one. That was like the best news that we had heard all night. But now we're dealing with the tornado threat.
And they're going to go with a tornado warning on that one, John.
All right. So.
Yep.
So that's going to be for Fayette, Hardeman, and Haywood until 1 a.m.
Okay.
That same area
it says
we were
a
just
confirmed tornado was located 8 miles east of Arlington or 16 miles northeast of Cordova, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour.
Okay.
So that's going to be that little area right there.
Yep. So we got a confirmed tornado on the ground, folks. And this is not Shelby County. This is just outside of Shelby County. Confirmed tornado on the ground. Go to your safe spot if you are in Bells, Denmark, Vildo, Eurekaton. And, you know, I always wondered where that was, but it is off. It's just off I-40, actually. There's a little stop on an exit. I can't remember which one, but I know where that is. And this is moving northeast. You said this tornado warning goes until 1 o'clock?
It does, yeah.
Okay. So it is going to be near Brownsville and north of Whiteville, probably in about 20 minutes. Now, this circulation that we're tracking here, I think that's it. I mean, it's pretty clear by radar indications and our rotation detector where the area of concern is. And the warning is, you know, it's well drawn out. Whiteville, you're close enough. You guys need to go to your safe spot now and stay there until we give you the all clear. Memphis and Shelby County still under a weather alert, but a severe thunderstorm warning, not a tornado warning. This is an active tornado warning, folks. This event has been a long duration event, and it's still going. And reports now of a tornado on the ground. We haven't had any confirmed reports of damage. That's the good news, but that could change, and still some interesting swirling going around. What we don't want to see is this bright green touching a red. And there's a little bit of separation here, but I caution you, each scan is changing, and some scans show it, and some scans don't. But that's how small of a circulation it is right now. But small circulations can do significant damage. And keep in mind, it's at night, and it's raining heavily, and a tornado is going to be rain-wrapped. So it's going to be hard to see. But it can do damage. And look, this is confirmation now. And in Shelby County, thousands of people are without power, and we don't know if one touched down in Shelby County or not.
There's some more updates in the chat, John. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Expire reports that circulation trying to reorganize in western Fayette.
That's right there.
Also, circulation between Oakland and Mason, paralleling to I-40 just to the south.
Okay.
Yep. So those are both this little area right here.
And maybe, Trevor, if we could zoom in a little bit tighter, see if some of our streets and roads start to pop up there. Again, we're zooming in. This is 194 in Lambert. We're zooming in as tight as we can to give you some street level mapping here. Fowler Drive, like I said, Lambert, this bright area here, that's an area of concern right now. Again, out of Shelby County, it has moved, its circulation has exited Shelby County, so the tornado warning expired, but now confirmed tornado. I don't know if it's still on the ground, but we had confirmation, Danielle read us confirmation that it was on the ground at some point. And so we are on the air telling you, if you're in these spots, maybe back it out just a little bit, Trevor, if you don't mind. There's that circulation. If you're in Yum Yum, it's been a while since I've seen Yum Yum pop up on the map, but you need the area near Yum Yum. Go to a place of safety right now, which is away from windows, first floor of your home. If you live in an apartment, you want to get down to that ground level if you can. Again, we're taking a look at our debris detector right now. I mean, I'm not seeing anything that just glaring at me at the moment.
This little signature down here threw me for a little bit. And if you've kind of learned this product, I know there's some weather geeks at home that kind of learn the radar products.
Yeah.
You might say, hey, that looks a little suspicious. Well, the thing is, it doesn't line up with any rotation. So there's several criteria that have to be met for us to determine that there's actual debris being thrown up. That could be anything. It could be birds that are caught up in the storm. It could be a little hail. But I feel safe in saying that little signature there is not tornado debris east of Oakland. We would want to be looking for that more in this area. And as you can see, we're just not seeing that right now.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You're right. Yes, that does flash at you, and you know, your eyes go right to that, but that is probably not debris. And you're right, Trevor. I mean, it could be birds, it could be anything, but it's not flying debris in the atmosphere right now. But as Danielle said, confirmed tornado. Is it on the ground now? We don't know. It's just. This is the hardest time of day and night, early morning, whatever you want to call it, because people are asleep and they're not out. Although we did see quite a bit of traffic on I-40 earlier. We have not had any reports of damage yet.
Right.
Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Danielle, correct me if I'm wrong. But I haven't
there's
heard of
been
any.
no reports of damage at all.
Okay.
Some people, I'm watching our Facebook comments, I'm trying to go back and forth between tweeting alerts and communicating with people on Facebook. Some people are worried about Midtown. I think they've heard sirens go on and off 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
In the Midtown area, in downtown, rain, sirens, high winds. It's all the same trend here.
I heard someone say we had sirens in South Haven.
Yes, multiple reports of sirens in South Haven.
And that we did not have a tornado warning in South Haven. So just to clarify, John, if you want, maybe it might be a good idea to just zoom out and kind of show who's in and who's out. So we've got this one tornado warning there. Memphis is clear of the tornado threat for right now. DeSoto County is clear of the tornado threat, but man, is South Haven getting some really nasty weather right now.
Boy, they are.
But again, luckily, we switch over to the rotation product. We see nothing.
Yeah, that's good.
And so our concern continues to be, there's rain and wind everywhere. There's hail for a lot of people. But the concern continues to be that cell that's in Fayette County that law enforcement says at one point did have a tornado with it.
Right.
And you know those South Haven winds that you were just taking a look at seem to be some straight line winds, maybe even a little bow echo signature I saw there. So definitely some gusty winds on the leading edge, but not rotating winds, at least not now. As we analyze our radar and take a look at the different products, we don't like to just go by one product. We take a look at all of them, see if they match up, and then if they do, we have a high confidence level that there could be or is a tornado on the ground. But these are the type of tornadoes that are extremely hard to predict and analyze because they can come up. They can be on the ground, they can come up, go back into clouds, go a few miles, and be back on the ground. These are the hardest ones to show and predict. Our tornado index is below a 4. Now, earlier tonight, I saw it as high as, I believe, 8.6, something like that. But these are now what we thought would happen as we got later in the night. There would be smaller, quick spin-up tornadoes inside the thunderstorm line that's moving through right now, and that's what we have transitioned to. Not to minimize the threat, because believe me, small tornadoes can do damage, and if it hits your house, it's a big deal. So don't want to minimize that.
Multiple reports of sirens in Germantown once again.
I keep seeing that on Facebook too.
Yep.
And I was just about to reiterate, there is no tornado warning for Shelby County currently. It's a nasty storm, but there's no active tornado warning for Shelby County. So I don't know if the sirens are delayed, if they're still trying to get them turned off. I'm not sure.
Right.
But for right now, we are not concerned with a tornado in Memphis or Shelby County.
Not right now. That's right. So to clarify what they just said, if the sirens are going off in Shelby County, right now there's not a tornado threat. But there is a tornado threat. And by the way, it's not over yet for Shelby County. There still could be a tornado.
That's a severe thunderstorm warning.
Oh, is this a new one?
Yeah.
Yes, for Lee, Phillips, St. Francis, and Tunica until 1:30 a.m.
Okay. And you know, guys, we haven't talked about it a lot, but flooding, is going to become a concern, like you said.
That, and there's another aerial flood advisory for Craighead, Cross, and Poinsett.
Okay. Unfortunately, those were some of the hardest hit areas earlier tonight. And rescue, I mean, the most massive that I've seen in our area from a weather-related event near Manette, Arkansas. Law enforcement from...
There's another tornado warning.
All right, tell me where that one is.
For Fayette, Hardeman, and Haywood.
Okay.
Until 1 a.m. It's a severe thunderstorm producing a tornado was located near Dancyville or 16 miles south of Brownsville, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour.
Okay, so here's Brownsville right here. Trevor, maybe we can go back and start looking at those products again and see if we can find, there's the Eureka Town again, and Brownsville is up here. But just taking a look right now at, I don't see anything definitive. Here's a little bit of perhaps some circulation, but it's nowhere near as obvious as what was earlier tonight. But look, if you're in a tornado warning, you need to be in a safe spot. Here's Fayette Corners right here, Cedar Chapel right here, inside the tornado warning. if you're in these areas, you need Stanton right now. I believe that's Stanton up there at the top of the screen. You are in a tornado warning. Mason, you're just outside it. So if you're near Stanton, you live in Stanton, you need to take cover now, and you need to be in a place of safety on the first floor of your home, away from windows, protecting your head. So that is what we're telling you to do now. As these we've transitioned now to quick spin-up tornadoes that can develop rapidly out of nowhere. And with these tight circulations, and we have had confirmation. Danielle read us a report of confirmation of a tornado from law enforcement. So we know at least one of these warnings has actually produced a tornado. Haven't heard of any damage, thank goodness. Let's hope that continues. Haven't heard of any injuries, thank goodness. Let's hope that continues. But still a very active situation in this long duration tornado outbreak in the Mid-South in December of 2021, just a couple of weeks before Christmas. The last time we had something like this was back in 2015 of December 23rd, when the tornadoes came through Clarksdale, came through Marshall County, hit Holly Springs. Unfortunately, killed, it was close to a dozen people. If not, it was just less than that. This is a type of, it's not the exact same situation, but we haven't had anything like this since then. So about 6 years, but this one, not for Memphis and Shelby County, but for Northeast Arkansas, is going to go down in the record books as one of the more stronger, long-tracked tornadoes in recorded history. And we still don't know the scope of the damage, and won't until tomorrow morning. But back to the real-time analysis now. Still an active tornado warning. Looks like it's going to be just north of Summerville. And it's going to be close to you, Whiteville. But Stanton, you need to take cover. You need to be in your safe spot. Stay there until we clear it. And it's kind of a messy look here as far as looking for tornadoes on just radar signature. Maybe you can pop that shear rate back up there that we were using. Yeah, at least we're not seeing those reds up in there, but that's a good track. I like that. Let's
we have some more updates from Gary. He says possibly another surge of winds with a segment moving through Germantown toward Collierville, a little bowing structure there. That means winds are going to be very high there for a minute. So if you're in that area, I would prepare just in case the lights go out. For sure. There's been a lot of rain to move through, and once that wind gets blowing, there goes your power lines. And like John was saying earlier, they're not going to send out crews tonight in this storm.
No.
So please keep that in mind. Let's take a look at our power outages right now. It seems like it says more than 22,000 customers are affected right now in Memphis, in Shelby County.
Yeah,
more than 22,000 customers.
And that number just continues to go up. And most of those people are not going to get their power back on tonight. And Danielle was bringing up the winds in between Germantown and Collierville, high winds now.
Yes, very high winds.
So Trevor's put a track on it here, folks. South wind. We're not talking a tornado here in this track. These are high winds, so let me just make that clear first of all. 1251 south wind, high winds, not tornado. 1254 at the Micro Soccer Complex. Olive Branch at 1254. I mean, we're talking just minutes away. Collierville at 1259. Again, exactly what Danielle was relaying to us from the National Weather Service. Piperton just after 1 o'clock. Rossville at 106. Byhalia at 109. And Moscow at 114. So all... If I called off your town, you may have high winds that could take out your power or bring trees down at your home or, look, your apartment complex where you're living. Again, I still think it's a good idea, even if you're not under a tornado warning, to still get as low as possible. Because the higher you are, the more likely the wind is to damage a structure, and people are working. So, you know, I mean, there's not a lot of people working, but people are working. So if you're at your job, business, same rules apply. First floor, inside as much as you can in an interior place of safety, away from windows and covering your head. And we just don't go outside and try to find it.
I got a report from Clayton Collier, our sports director here. He is letting us know he's got a friend in Midtown that had a tree branch smash his windshield. And again, that's what we were talking about earlier, where we had that strong signature of rotation. That's the only damage I've heard. If I've heard that, there's probably more out there.
Right.
We seem to get a lot of trees down in Midtown and Cooper Young area every time a storm comes through. So hard to tell if that was a brief tornado or just winds. Regardless, it took power out, and it obviously took a few sizable tree branches down to cause some damage.
So there's our first report of damage in the metro area from our very own Clayton Collier. Thank you, Clayton. Appreciate that. It really is helpful to get these reports in so we can pass them along to you. And it just gives us confirmation of, look, it's not just what you're seeing on the radar. Now we know that there's some damage around. And still, active tornado warning here until, what does this go until 1 o'clock?
I believe it's 1 o'clock, yep.
Okay. Moving northeast at about 55 miles per hour. Tornado index still below a 4. We want to keep it there. If we can keep it below a 4, if we can keep it below a 4, that tells me that it's not a big, huge, growing tornado. When we were earlier tonight, or earlier in the evening, we were in the upwards of 7.5, 8.5. This is an important number here. Also, the hail size is down. That makes sense too, guys, because the hail that was hitting our roof was small hail, but certainly hail. We were in the track. I'll be honest with you, but thankfully here at the station nothing occurred. But we're still concerned, Trevor. Let's check out maybe some of these velocity products again, and just take another look. Nothing stands out to me at the moment. Yeah, there's some gusty winds in here for sure. But I mean, it's hard sometimes to find these things when they're rain wrapped. But there's some kind of rotation going on in there. And again, what's right here actually, as we take a look at this product on our rotation detector, it is just north of Somerville and east of Mason. Moving to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour, something like that. So this warning will go another 15 minutes unless it is canceled early. But I mean, with our rotation detector still showing this green, you're probably not going to get a cancellation unless something changes. All right, hey, here's a new scan. You see how quickly it can change, how bright that was? We got a new scan, and this is moving pretty fast. And almost at the edge of the tornado warning right now, which makes sense because it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and that warning, if nothing else pops, and if it stays like this, the warning is probably going to expire. Now, if something changes on the next scan and we start to see some red in here, they could continue the warning.
They're planning on expiring it at the top of the hour.
Okay, good news. Good news to hear, Danielle.
I have bad news, though. Dresden and Weakley County has severe damage with multiple injuries, and rescue operations are ongoing.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier up near UT Martin area.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's been a rough day, and we're not done. This has been an event, no doubt.
That is a severe thunderstorm warning for Carroll, Crockett, Fayette, Gibson, Hardeman, Haywood, and Madison.
So it looks like instead of extending the tornado warning, they're going to put out a severe thunderstorm warning.
Right, until 1:45 a.m.
And there it is, just popped up. That is good news because, again, we're just looking at the different radar scans that come in, and we were hoping that would not be strengthening, and it's not at the moment. But keep in mind, things change. Why don't we do a reset and just take a look at the entire area? I'm curious. We haven't done that in a while. Yeah. All right. Look. So this is a
All right,
better
they're going to
situation.
extend. Is that what they're going to do?
They expired the tornado
Okay,
warning
they
for
expired the tornado warning.
Fayette,
Okay.
Hardeman, and Haywood. Tornado
So that's going to
warnings
go
have
away.
been expired.
That's going to go away at 1.
All right, so that warning will be expiring at 1 o'clock. Let me show you the areas where the weather's getting better. Even though you're seeing these reds back around Forest City and Wynne, Arkansas, I think the weather's improving. I'm not saying we're completely out of the woods, but northeast Arkansas, things are looking better, not out of the woods, but better. You see these warnings here? It's here and places to the south and east where the threat is still going to be ongoing for several hours. Looking at some activity developing here around Clarksdale. We'll have to watch that. Any of these areas in North Mississippi where it has not rained are still, under the gun. We'll see what happens in North Mississippi and extreme portions of, eastern West Tennessee, I guess, West Tennessee. But all the area behind these warnings, I want to say that the weather is improving, but still some high winds, power outages, and our threat for tornadoes is not over yet, especially here. Clarksdale, Batesville, Oxford, up to Ripley and Corinth, Bolivar, Holly Springs, Helena, West Helena. You guys are still in an environment that is ripe for tornadoes to form. Anything out ahead of the line. And in any of these warnings also, there still could be a tornado at any time. Let's see, this severe thunderstorm warning for Shelby County.
Yeah.
That is another severe thunderstorm warning for Shelby, Fayette, and Hardeman until 1:30 a.m.
So that's going to be that one right over there.
60-mile-an-hour wind and hail that has been radar indicated at 1 inch.